Mr Chairman.
Mr Chairman, I report no progress on... I just need to get the wording right here. My apologies. I report progress and ask that the committee sit presently.
Sit again presently.
Sit again.
The question is that the report be adopted. Those of that opinion will say aye.
Aye.
Contrary, no. It's agreed. This bill is set down for further consideration in committee presently.
Mr Speaker.
So, yes, we'll call Government Order of the Day number 5, I think is the next one now. Call Government Order of the Day number 5.
Exemptions and Miscellaneous Provisions Amendment Bill, second reading.
Some member seeking the call.
Mr Speaker, Mr Speaker, Mr Speaker, Mr Speaker, Mr Speaker, Mr Speaker.
Order. Just a minute while I get some advice. Has to be a minister, I think.
Stand up, Paula, you're the only one who can do it.
Order.
I must move the second reading. A minister on the
Yeah. Is some order? So, please.
Stand up.
Does some minister wish to move the second reading?
No, let it go. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Speaker, the issue that has arisen...
was the member raising a point of order or call?
Point of order.
Point of order, Honourable Chris.
The issue that has arisen is in relation to an SOP on the Judicial Matters Bill, and what was proposed is that leave was sought in...
Order. No, I have a point. No,
No.
Please sit down. The member has raised a point of order. He said a point of order, and I'm hearing the point of order. I haven't yet determined whether or not it is a point of order, but the member has raised a point of order, and I need to hear it.
You can't raise it on a bill that's not before the House.
Well, I will determine that.
I'm dealing with a procedural matter. If the member would listen carefully, because leave was denied in relation to part of SOP 108, the House reported progress. Because of the numbers of people standing around here, I was not in a position to stand up and move a motion in relation to seeking leave that the committee deal with that particular part of the SOP, and that is the motion that I would be seeking to deal with. But you, sir, then moved on to item number 5.
So, speaking to the point of order.
Well, the first point that I make, sir, is that it is not a point of order because it is not relevant to the bill which is currently before the House, which is the Student Loans and Other Matters Bill. Sir, the clerk, there was an opportunity. We were expecting Mr Finlayson to move a motion. We were waiting for him to move a motion. He did not. He missed it. And so what happened then was the clerk called the next bill. You called repeatedly. I tried to get the call. My colleague Marion Street tried to get the call for a minister to speak on the bill which is currently before the House. Neither of the two ministers who are in the House, the Attorney General or the Minister of Social something or other, neither of them rose. You called repeatedly for a minister. They didn't. Sir, I'm not quite sure what happens now. I think possibly we might even move on to the next business. But I think it's a matter of getting advice. But what is very, very clear is that the minister now, until there's been one call on that bill, he has an ability to adjourn. He can adjourn the House if he wants to. He can take a call on that bill and he can adjourn the House. Or he could wait another couple of calls and at that point have a motion to get the House back into committee. But, sir, we, for at least 2 calls now, the government call and an opposition call, are on the student loan legislation.
Yeah. I'm speaking to the point of order, Honourable Darren Hughes.
Mr Speaker, I was watching events on television at this high-rating programme and saw what happened. I clearly heard you call government Government Order of the Day number 5. I heard the clerk stand and read out the name of that bill. I then heard although the microphone was not live, it's an unmistakable sound, the call of Mr Mallard, saying, Mr Speaker, and heard you say that you were after advice. Clearly, Mr Mallard can't be the first speaker on a government bill because a minister is required to move a motion with regard to the second reading. Mr Mallard points out that neither minister did. So we are in a quandary. There's no question that we've moved on from the Judicial Matters Bill. I think that's clear. We've called the government order of the day. We're on to that. However, I see that the Minister of Revenue, Mr Dunn, has arrived at the bill is in his name, and I think for the best sense of order, the most appropriate thing will be for Mr Dunn now to move the second reading of that bill so he could proceed. Otherwise, I think we're at an impasse that can't otherwise be resolved. And I'd be happy to seek leave for you to seek leave for Mr. Well, I can't seek leave on behalf of another member, but we would have no objection if Mr Dunn sought leave to take a call at this time.
Well, speaking to that further point...
I don't think I need any further assistance. I think the only thing that we're very clear of, that the House is in a somewhat confused state, and even the report of the proceedings in the committee, there was some question around how that was kind of summed up and presented in that report. And I can understand there being some element of confusion about that. And consequently, the Honourable Minister Finlayson may not have been just quite had the opportunity to make the point he was going to make. In any case, I have called Government Order of the Day number 5. Only a minister can respond to that, and that's why I couldn't take the call from the members here who were both seeking it, and I think they understand that now, and I'm prepared to take a call from a minister on Government Order of the Day number 5. Honourable Peter Dunn.
Mr Speaker.